Intern Squidward woke up this morning and immediately his day was ruined and he had to call the cops.
Yes, I had to call the cops because someone smashed in my window and broke into my car.
Oh, not the gold Pontiac.
I know. The Pontiac, there was many a nice cars in my complex, and I'm like, why mine?
Who's targeting you and why?
I don't know.
They
I
think
don't
you
know.
had like weed or something?
No.
Drug money in your car?
What I realized is that, recently I told you guys a story how I about choked and died on my gate clicker.
Yes.
Yes. So this has an odd way of connecting. So I've been using a station gate clicker, and I've been using that to get in and out, but attached to said gate clicker is the keys to the old Nissan outside.
Oh.
So what I realized is they broke in thinking that I guess they assumed that the keys in my console were, because it was the Nissan key and the clicker, they're attached. They assumed that, that's the keys to this car, let me break in and steal it. But they just broke in, stole the keys, and they went off with it.
Oh, so they stole the Nissan keys?
Yeah, they stole the Nissan keys. Yeah.
Gosh,
Do we have a backup of those keys?
Probably not.
I think we do. I don't know where, but I think we do.
I was going to say, I don't think they make that Nissan anymore.
Somebody locked the keys to one of the Jeeps in a car one time, and it took about a week, but we recovered some spare keys, so they're somewhere.
Yeah, I hate when
there's a
stuff like
way
that
to
happens.
do that. It's a chip thing, and they make those chips now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was actually bad for the station, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not just for you.
Yeah. So,
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh.
Interesting.
I
Squid,
Okay.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, of
when
course.
you dropped your fob or your gate clicker and you needed a new one, what was the process you'd started to get a new gate clicker?
None at all. No.
You didn't
Are you
start-
kidding? You could have just asked Drew. We have a whole box
We
of
have a
them.
whole lot of gate clickers just in his
Do we?
office. Yeah.
Oh, didn't even
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
When they fire
Had no
people, they
clue.
strip away their gate. Give me that clicker right away.
In front of
Yeah.
everyone.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Huh.
Yeah.
So really, you didn't have any need to have the
Nissan keys.
None at all.
No.
And
Turns
you had
out-
no end game in sight of when the Nissan keys would be back.
I mean, no, because for a while I was just parking out front in the station and not.
Good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Oh yeah, no.
Part of what I love
yeah.
about Squid is that he doesn't care, and he doesn't cause drama.
Sure.
He doesn't mean like you can tell him stuff and all that. I love that part of him, but then he also won't ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask a question like, "Hey,
Yeah.
how do I get another one of these?"
But also, the thing is like, you don't care that you could have been inconveniencing somebody big time. Like, if somebody needed and relied on having the Nissan,
Yeah.
they would not have access to it because you have the keys.
I looked at our station Excel sheet, which says all of the promotions that we have, which would mean someone would need the Nissan. So I was like, okay, no one needs it. We don't have any promotions.
No, but every once in a
Still.
while it's needed for something.
Yes.
But,
yeah, like I might need it
okay,
to.
I'm done. We get it. All right, I get it.
Well, the other
All
great
right.
part is now that we've announced this, they now know where the car is that those keys go
oh
to.
my God.
Oh yeah.
And they have a clicker to get in the gate.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Oh, the clicker getting to the gate?
Yeah, I
The
guess they
clicker
do.
was attached to those
Oh
keys.
my
Yeah.
This is way worse than I ever imagined.
They can just start it up and drive it on out.
Oh my God.
It might not be
Right
out there
now.
now. It might be gone.
Well,
They might still-
when the police came, they have the station address and everything. So
They ain't gonna do nothing.
Are they sitting outside
Oh, I don't
waiting?
know.
They're going to canvass the parking lot.
yeah,
don't-
they're busy with other things.
That's not good. I will say that
Good Lord.
I was telling Squid that I typically don't all the time lock my door in the car, and I never leave anything showing because that's 90% of the time why they break in. It's not even to steal the car. If they see something that looks like anything, it could be a dollar bill. You can get some crackhead that sees a dollar bill, and they were like, "I'm breaking in for it."
No offense
You
to the crackheads listening.
I mean, that's
They're like,
they-
once I get home, why would he say that?
They're dependent on the money so much they'll do anything. So I don't leave anything that looks like it's a value or anything. That's 90% of the time. So don't leave anything there. And then sometimes,
Do you cover up the emblem to your car?
sometimes I actually.
That's worth
Puts a
something.
little cover on it every day.
Puts Mitsubishi on it.
It's a leather bag.
When he goes inside, he go night night.
Sometimes I actually leave the cars unlocked. My son's car always unlocked. If they're gonna break in because they really want the car, that a little lock's not gonna stop them. But I will tell
Well,
you,
clearly.
it saves the aggravation of them smashing the window.
Yeah.
If they
This
open
doesn't
the,
make any sense.
if they,
I mean,
From
I
the
get
guy who has the most security at his house.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
The thought process makes no sense.
It is Fort Knox up
If
in your
Fort
house.
Knox says, why don't you leave your doors open? If
Might
they're
as
going to
well.
break in anyway.
It's totally different. And actually, I've read about this. If like for instance, my son's car.
Yeah.
If he has nothing of value in it, or even if he does, but if he has nothing of value in it, if you lock the car and they think there is, the aggravation and the cost is what they smash the window. If they if Squid's car was unlocked, they would have just took the keys, no smashing of the window, and realized the keys didn't work. So he would have been in a much better position today if he didn't lock the car. And in fact, I've locked the car. Any car that wants to get stolen, they're gonna get in if they really want the car. The little lock is not gonna stop them. So if you leave your car unlocked, there's nothing of value there. Then you have a lot less chance of the aggravation of the window being smashed and everything, and the cost of it.
I mean, I guess this just does not help Squid at all.
It would have if you
because-
left the car unlocked.
Well,
Anyway,
No, they
Yeah.
sort of stole the keys and then.
and then you wouldn't have the
I
smashed
wouldn't,
window.
but I wouldn't even know the keys would have been gone, though. I wouldn't even
You would
notice.
eventually.
Until you got here to try to open the gate, and you're like,
Yeah.
damn, what do I do with them
You
keys?
thought you
Yeah, I would have been like,
lost it.
yeah, I'd have been like, yeah, what
it
I
would
put
have
them?
been more beneficial if he didn't lock the car, because today he didn't have to call
Yeah.
for the window.
No, that's true about the window part. I just think it's still bad for us.
Oh, yeah.
and the radio
All the way around.
station.
The radio
Yeah.
station
And then when
is
I went to
bad
go
for
get
us.
him this,
Oh, yeah.
because I went to go get him,
Oh yeah, you had
Well,
to.
and because he needed a ride over here, I was like, "What am I getting myself into? Where am I going? Am I going to get robbed?"
Yeah.
And
I told you bring your gun.
And he forgot to cover up the emblem of his car. He's like, it's a sitting duck.
And then I drove to his condo, and I was like, "Hey, these are pretty nice. This is way better than I expected, because I never was invited over." And
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
when I got there, I noticed his car was right under the biggest light
Yeah.
and right next to the condo. I mean, if from here to
Wow.
the courtyard is where his car is with a huge light on it. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, that's awfully ballsy for
Yes.
somebody to
Yeah.
come and smash
Yeah.
a window that close
Uh-huh.
with all these other condos and all these other cars right there to do that. I was shocked.
Because
that
I
they-
would think that parking there would be a deterrent.
It's
Yeah.
Like, that would be a
safe.
smart move.
Yeah.
Be around light and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
But there is, for the last few years, it's a big trend.
Yeah.
There's sometimes there's kids, and not always kids, but there has been a trend for some reason with younger people, and not obviously a small, tiny little niche of younger people, because most people are good. But they go around, and what they're doing is they go around the neighborhoods and they keep messing with cars. And if they see something, they either try to unlock the door or bust the window and take it real quick. And they're going around, they just walk from house to house to house in the neighborhood. And that's probably what it is.
Well, don't you think it's really
Yeah.
dumb of the person? I mean, it's stupid to break into a car in the first place, but it's really stupid, especially when there is a light shining on. You know your apartment complex has cameras. You know it does.
Wait, do
Yeah, I hope
I'm
so.
sure.
I would have reached out already. I thought
sure
you would
of
have
it.
known that. They might have cameras.
Maybe.
Could
I
be
don't
your next
know.
door neighbor for all you know.
Maybe. I have no idea.
I
have, no
have a
idea.
very hard time thinking that an apartment complex that size
It's a condo
doesn't
complex.
have
There's
a
just
condo
three.
complex.
There's just like 3 buildings though, and they're.
They may
People who
not.
own the buildings probably want to know what's going on that property
owns
at all
the
times.
I've
building.
never seen a camera around. I've never seen a
Okay,
camera.
maybe
in the
not.
buildings, because
And-
they are a little older.
Dang.
But
You
I'd
own the
stop
building.
announcing
ask-
these things on the air. I'd start saying it's really well lit.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere. Don't come back. Like you're
Kind
gonna
of
get
the
caught.
direction I was going, and Squid's like, no,
No, this could easily happen
No.
again.
yeah,
I'm glad to
that's
get in the
true.
trunk with all my money in it.
I mean, I might as
That's
well start
true.
doing it in that parking lot.
Yeah, fair.
You want to sell drugs? Come to my apartment.
It's a place to do it.
There's no chance of getting caught.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like smashing on windows loud
Yes.
right
You
next
would
to where
think.
somebody's
Right
sleeping.
next to.
Wow,
it-
that sucks.
I think it's totally because they saw the keys. If the keys weren't there, he probably would have tried the lock and not got in.
and
So
y'all
Yeah.
gave me crap for not keeping my fob in the middle because I keep losing it.
Yes.
And I know it's a hassle, but I'm like, no, I don't keep my keys where people can see it.
That is not the reason why you do it.
It's on my keychain.
You do it because you lose them every 2 seconds.
No, y'all said keep the fob, just keep it in the middle console all the time. I'm like, no.
That you don't have a cover.
no, if it's a console,
You don't have a
okay.
cover?
Apparently he doesn't.
Your car is not the same as the Pontiac.
That's true.
And
You're-
Squid's also
Yes.
said he keeps it in his cup holder. Because
Yes.
that's how we got in this predicament in the first place.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know of a guy. I was going to tell Squid and off privately.
You might as well now.
I know of a guy that basically they drove home and he was with his girlfriend and they had a lot of jewelry in the back, like $80,000 in jewelry.
What is
in
with
the
you and the diamonds?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
and diamonds and jewelry and weird connections.
Swear to God.
Criminals.
They had.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I'm a criminal. Anyways, not mine.
No,
Anyways,
I'm saying you're hanging out with
The
criminals. I'm
jewelry
guessing.
was in the back in the trunk, and they got out of the car. This was late at night, and she gets out and lifts the trunk up, and they get into an argument, and they just forget about it, and they walked inside. And sure enough, that night, on camera, kids went around the neighborhood, got it.
Oh my gosh, how lucky!
Wide
That is
open.
a jackpot right there.
$80,000 in
Yeah.
jewelry.
That's like trunk or
On
treat.
cloud 9.
And Katie, as you know, all your friends have jewelry. They keep it in the trunk. That's very normal. It's not
common.
criminal behavior at all.
Super common.
Jared and I have been on the phone, or we've been in the car
Well,
before
you're
when
putting it
Jason's been
out
on
of
the phone.
context.
But we have been in the car riding with you when you're like, hey, shh, guys. Yeah, about the diamonds. Yep. Okay, yeah, I can be there. Yep. Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say how much. Okay, yep, got it. Okay, diamonds, bye.
That's out of context, too.
No,
Pretty
it
in
wasn't.
context.
Let me tell you the two contexts here. The context that you're talking about is like, oh, yeah, there's criminal activity in the trunk. It was in the suitcase. They just got home from a trip.
Was in a suitcase.
They left. You don't bring suitcases on trip? Suitcase.
Not full of jewels.
They said, I don't leave jewelry in the trunk. Well, if it's in a suitcase in the little pouch, that's where it is.
Oh.
And two, the diamonds that I was talking about that time on the phone was not diamonds. It was a diamond pool table.
Don't even.
Oh.
Swear to
Don't
God, it's one of the
even.
very expensive pool
Don't
tables.
even.
Swear to God, I owned a pool hall.
It's the
Crying
first
out
time you've
loud.
told us it was a pool
A
table.
pool table.
It was.
Because we joked about
legit has not-
diamonds for
yes.
years.
I
Never
will
one
promise you.
time.
It's a
Maybe
rite
some-
of passage for everybody that works here to go on one sketchy pickup with Jason in your first 5 to 10 years of being an employee.
Yeah, because Jason or Matt was somewhere like in the middle of the woods where it's like,
yeah.
do you have your gun with you?
Jason's like, turn on this railroad track. I'm like, on the track.
All right.
You'll see a flare go up
Don't
at
ask
about
questions.
1:30 a.m. Now at that point we do have to put a hood on you and drive the rest of the way.
But don't turn the car off.
I was gonna say, didn't he make you drop him off and then turn the car around to be ready to go when he came back?
Yeah, I didn't want to. I felt uncomfortable leaving before I saw him get in his car.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the last time I see him.
Listen, I have
makes it
been,
exciting.
I have been on more drug runs than I care to admit.
Oh, my God.
The fact is, it sounds very similar to you.
I've never been on a drug run in my life.
Well,
You do go to Mexico a lot.
I do. I actually go in a couple months.
Some trafficking. Let's go to Megan. Megan, you're a property manager just joining us. Squid's
Oh.
gold Pontiac was broken into this morning and not only stole, the thing he stole was a key fob to our station and keys to a car that belongs to the station as
and
well.
the gate to get in.
Get,
Yeah.
get in here. Yeah.
I should have thought this
Oh, they
story
took
through.
all the loot, didn't they?
Yeah. So what did you want to say?
Yeah. So I'm a property manager in Greensboro, and first, I mean, there's a huge influx of car break-ins. I mean, I get at least 2 every week.
Oh.
Not only break-ins, but stolen cars. I mean, and they don't care how much noise that they're making. I mean, I'm talking shattered glass. Like, somehow no one hears it. But we have, and I wanted to let Squid know that maybe his apartment complex has this. We do have cameras, but only ever around, like, the clubhouse and the office, which typically is right at the beginning of the,
You have a
like, the
clubhouse,
entrance
Squid?
to the property.
No, we don't have a clubhouse.
Mm-mm, not where he lives.
There's not even an office.
No.
You might be screwed then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
I tried to
reassurance.
help.
You did
I
try.
think-
Thank you.
I think my-
Squid's not an
my-
apartment complex. It's a condo he owns.
But it's a mixture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there might be a chance that people do have a lot of Ring cameras, so I
That's
think that's
true.
my best bet is
That
someone
will
having
help.
a Ring camera from a certain.
Yeah.
That'd be like
Yeah.
the right angle, I guess. Maybe I could.
Because you might not be able to get them busting the window, but you might get them driving in or
Right.
walking
Mhm.
around
Walking up.
and stuff like
Actually, it's
Yeah.
really close. You would think you would have several Ring cameras, and those Ring cameras and the one I have actually have a wide span. You might be
Yeah.
able to have clear as day evidence of who it is, and at least make sure it's not one of your neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, what if?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
Uh-oh.
That would suck.
That'd be
but-
extra ballsy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think it is, but
Who knows?
Squid, don't feel
I have no
bad though,
idea.
because I mean, I remember going to a friend's wedding in Milwaukee and had to rent a car, and this is when you get the GPSs that you would mount.
Yes.
It was like a Garmin,
Mhm.
and I forgot to put up. But I asked the guy at the hotel, and I said, "Hey, is it okay if I park on the street because their garage was full or their parking deck was full?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a safe area."
Mm.
Didn't even think about it. Next morning, window busted out. Didn't have rental insurance, all that stuff.
Garmin gone.
Garmin gone, and
Oh.
oddly enough, I don't know because it was like at an airport. They take so many cars. I took it back and got like a minivan. Anyway,
It's a good choice.
And I never got charged for it somehow. I don't know. I got lucky in that sense, but it does feel sick. When somebody, and I know Kate's had her car broken into before.
Yeah, but never window smashed, thank goodness. But yes,
But
I mean,
they're
and
on your
garments
property,
stolen
but
and
they're-
everything.
they're in your driveway though, in your car. It's really close to your house.
And door left
Yeah.
open. Like I walked out and I thought, what was I doing last night?
My dad was home at 6 o'clock at night, and his is more of a rural type area. Like let's say a street around here would be like like Beeson type. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
too?
yeah, kind of like
that.
Oak Ridge
and
area.
they followed him from where he was, and he walked in, like made dinner, just was at home, and then it was light outside, and they stole the car right from the driveway.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
he could
my
just look out the
gosh.
window and saw it.
And saw it
Yeah.
was gone.
Jeez.
This none of it probably makes you feel better because you do have to pay for it,
Yeah,
and
probably.
now you have to ask your neighbors for footage.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Was there any part that was good?
Yeah. Oh, I said when the officer arrived, that she changed my. She was a lady cop, and
Yes.
she changed my mood immedially because she was the most beautiful woman I've seen in my life.
Oh, here we go.
Squid.
Shouts out to Officer Hawkins, man.
Here we go.
Yeah, she did a thorough job. She gave me all the information I need for my insurance claim. And I was like, can I? What's your name, ma'am? And she was like, Officer Hawkins. I'm like. I was like, well, I have to let you know you're beautiful, and I want to listen to Miss Officer by Lil Wayne right now. She was like, oh, I get that all the time. Don't worry. Oh man.
Hot cop.
How
Yes.
old did you say?
She was about my age. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but she was a short little thing, but she could probably like beat my ass real good because she I guess big arms on her.
She could
clearly
tase
works
your ass
out.
in 1 second.
Yeah, she could throw me on the ground.
This
but
would be destiny if this turned into a love connection.
Wouldn't
I
it?
know.
that'd be
Yes.
great.
Wouldn't
yeah.
it? Of
yeah.
all the
meant
people,
to be. Meant to be.
Yeah,
You
Officer
marry a
Hawkins.
cop?
Yeah,
I
if you're
would
out there.
then, if on your first date, not mention that she has big arms. I know that's not what you
I
meant.
mean, she's a
strong.
smaller girl, but yeah, she clearly works out in the gym.
There
I
you
feel like
go.
she's a girl
There
who
you
would
go.
take compliment to that. She wouldn't take offense to it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
sturdy
big,
back.
big arms.
Yeah.
Sturdy back.
Sturdy
like
back.
Katie.
Sturdy
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Sturdy back meant as a compliment.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, Squid, because he's all
Oh,
stressed out,
man.
and we felt stressed out from this morning because he calls it, butt crack of dawn, like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I said, he said the officer's finally here, and then I go, okay. The next thing's like, dang, she's hot.
Life's
Let
not
the
that
man
bad.
work.
Let
as
the
he-
man
Yeah,
work.
beautiful
husband
smile,
said.
beautiful eyes. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? This is life's okay. Life,
There you go.
it's just a window.
You came in today with a hat that says no stress, and I was like, but you do have stress.
you have
Lots
stress.
I
You have
had
stress.
stress temporarily.
Full of stress.
yeah. Uh-huh.